Hey everyone, it's Dr. Janet Fraser here. I want to do a quick demo of sorting and filtering with data I've provided on the top 10 leading causes of death in the USA by state. So first I just want to quickly go over the different variables we have in our data. First we have year, so that's the year that the data were collected. Columns B and C kind of say the same thing. They both refer to the cause of death. Sometimes when you're using data that was collected for other purposes, you may end up with some extraneous variables. That's all right. Column D is for the state. Column E is the count of deaths in that state from the cause that's identified in columns B and C. Then the age-adjusted death rate is sort of the rate of fatalities per 100,000 population. So column F, the age-adjusted death rates, really helps us compare death rates between states because everything is expressed in the same terms. Whereas with the count of deaths, well, California, Florida, and Texas will always probably look pretty spectacular compared to smaller states like West Virginia and Wyoming, just because of the fact that California, Florida, and Texas have a substantially higher population. So we've identified a couple specific states that we want to look at toward our goal of determining how or if there's a good case to focus a public health effort on deaths from unintentional injuries. So the first thing that might be helpful is to filter out our data. So go to the Data tab. Here's our funnel, and if we click that, we suddenly get these drop-down menus from the variable name row. And if we click them, say state, we can see here that we can select all, or you can select any number of states. In our case, we're particularly interested in West Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee. So I'll click Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia. Hit OK, and suddenly the data are a lot shorter. We are now showing only 594 records as opposed to the original data set of 10,296 records. You may also notice that on the end here, the numbers are now showing in blue. This means that this is a sample of the larger data set, and we can even see this by looking at the values assigned to each row. So the first row is still number 1, but the second row is 19, the third is 45, the fourth is 51, and the numbers do not move in order from there. And that is a result of using the filter function. So we're also only specifically interested in a few years, so we can do the same thing we did with state with year. I'll unselect all, and then I'll go to the bottom and just pick these last 5, so 2012 through 2016. And now we're down to 165 records, moving in the right direction. Now we're specifically interested in deaths from unintentional injuries. However, there are 11 different causes, the top 10 plus a count variable of all of the top 10 causes. So we can filter some of these out too. So we can go to cause name, unselect all, and just scroll to the bottom here and select unintentional injuries. And now we're down to having 15 records. Well, I think that's a lot easier to work with. Although the way that it's organized isn't great for visual interpretation. So in this case, we can also sort our records as well. If you want to sort by alphabetical order, you can click this button. If you want reverse alphabetical order, you can click this button. Or if you want to create a more complicated sorting scheme, we can click the sort button and we'll get this dialog box. So first I want to sort by state. A to Z is fine. And then I'd like to sort by year. And smallest to largest is fine. There are other options, largest to smallest, A to Z. You can sort based on the values in the cell color, font color, cell icon. There's a lot of different ways in which you can sort data in Excel, but we'll stick with this. And now here we have our result. Everything is organized by state and then by year.